Welcome back to Blacks in Motion. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the awards that I believe are going to be handed out at the end of this year's NBA season. Now we're going to start off with the MVP award. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, LeBron James is the best player on the planet. And barring injury, it'll stay that way for these many years to come. But that doesn't mean that he's going to be crowned the MVP at the end of the season. I think Kevin Durant is going to have a season to remember with him taking on more responsibility because he won't have Russell Westbrook to start the season, and ever since the absence of James Harden, that team hasn't been the same. So I can look at him put more burden on his shoulders to score more and perform more, thus possibly leading him to an MVP trophy. So look for King James or KD to win MVP this season. Now moving on to Defensive Player of the Year. Now, I promise you, this guy, he probably didn't even know his own size, didn't even know his own strength, but he came into his own last playoffs, and that's Roy Hibbert, center for the Indiana Pacers. Look for this guy to be a notorious big man in the center of the lane for all opposing teams. Now, moving on to Coach of the Year, actually getting away from players right quick. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say Doc Rivers. Yep, his new duds out there with the Los Angeles Clippers, he's going to get those guys to rally together, and they're going to have a good season. Now, they lost the season opener to the LA Lakers. I know. I just don't know how that happened. But look for Doc Rivers to make them a defensive-minded team and take them deep into the playoffs. Now, moving on to the Rookie of the Year. Flat and simple, the Orlando Magic suck. They're bad, but they have a jewel on the team, and that's rookie Victor Oladipo, guard from Indiana University. Look for this guy to come in, fill up the bucket, make highlight plays, and do all the things that it takes for him to be the Rookie of the Year. Now, talking about a bench player, you know, sometimes these guys are unheralded because they don't start. But I'm going to tell you right now, the Los Angeles Clippers have an assassin on their bench, and that's Jamal Crawford. Look, basically, this guy's a starter in a bench player's role. He can light it up from anywhere on the court, long range, short range, and not to mention all the highlights with all the dribbling and skills and fancy things that he has going on. So look for him to lead up the votes for the Sixth Man of the Year. Now, for the Most Improved Player, this is a team that might actually surprise some people. The Detroit Pistons. And what guy on that team? Andre Drummond. Look for him to be a versatile player on that front line featuring Greg Monroe and now Josh Smith. Andre Drummond is going to have a breakout season. Look for him to make a push to even be an all-star out there in the East. Now, to sum it all up, I don't even know if this is the official award for the NBA, but we're going to talk about Comeback Player of the Year. And there's only one name you can think of. Derrick Rose. Now, yes, we already know he's an ex-MVP and all that stuff like that, but he missed the majority of the last season with a torn ACL. But now, they say he's quicker, faster, stronger, and his vertical is higher. So look for this guy not only to pick up where he left off, but possibly even excel. So I don't know, LeBron James and KD might want to watch out to see if Derrick Rose will try to make a run at not only Comeback Player of the Year, but his second MVP trophy. But hey, those are my predictions for the awards for the NBA. When I come back, I'm going to talk about what? My mid-season NFL Super Bowl. Stay tuned right here.